Bem-vindos, gente, ao Lab Sessions Brasil. Welcome, everyone, to Lab Sessions Brazil in today's episode of Anything Goes Happy Hour with Alert the Globe.
We are coming here from São Paulo, Brazil, as a part of the Anything Goes Happy Hours happening around the globe from Laguna Beach, California as well. And this is our first edition of our lab sessions with Anything Goes, the Anything Goes Happy Hours. And we'll be coming to you live on Thursday night at 5 p.m. São Paulo time, that's 1700 São Paulo time, and 1 p.m. Pacific time, United States.
And what is this beautiful view you have?
This is downtown São Paulo. I'm actually in what is known as the Pinheiros area of São Paulo. It's a very vibrant and lively happening area here. So I hope everybody is enjoying the view and will enjoy all our guests.
Very good. And our first guest today is Marcelo Canal.
Hello, Lab Sessions. Hello, Alert the Globe. Hello, everybody.
Man.
Everybody.
I'm good, man. So let's start off. How did you meet Roy Cicala? Como que você conheceu o Roy Cicala, Marcelo?
O Cicala eu conheci em 2007, através de um grande produtor de São Paulo, que é um produtor brasileiro chamado Apollo. E o Apollo sempre foi muito meu amigo. Na época eu tinha a loja de instrumentos musicais antigos, né, chamados vintages, né? E eu já estava com um projeto em andamento, né? Apesar de ser dono de loja, eu era músico também, sempre fui, né? E nós tínhamos uma amizade e sempre mostrei meus trabalhos para o Apollo. E o Apollo sempre achava incrível, porque nós nos identificamos muito com o lance do vintage, do instrumento antigo, dos amplificadores valvulados, aquela coisa, né? As técnicas, né, de gravação, aquelas coisas. E eu fazia uma coisa bem diferente que chamou muito a atenção do Apollo, que foi aonde chamou a atenção também de Roy Cicala para desenvolvermos um trabalho juntos, né? Roy Cicala tinha vindo ao Brasil, né, no seu retorno definitivo por causa de uma filha que ele tinha em São Paulo, e ele estava se instalando em São Paulo no estúdio do Apollo, e ele trouxe vários equipamentos do antigo estúdio Record Plant, né, que é um estúdio muito famoso de Nova York. E ele trouxe esses equipamentos e precisava gravar alguém. E foi quando o Apollo tocou no meu nome e o Roy ficou curioso para saber. Como eu usava os meus equipamentos, porque além de usar os equipamentos antigos, eu tinha uma técnica que eu fazia, que eu inventei, que eu furava a guitarra, colocava 2 jacks, né, 2 inputs, e ligava 2 pedalboards, né, separados, um para cada amplificador.
So that's what caught the attention of Roy with your sound and style. Foi isso que chamou a atenção do Roy em suas composições e equações de equipamento?
Acredito que sim, além das composições que ele gostou muito, porque ele teve visualizações de efeitos, né? Quando eu conheci, né, o Roy chegou na minha loja junto com o Apollo, e ele já estava sabendo tudo sobre mim, e os olhos dele estavam brilhando já, pensando no que íamos fazer no estúdio, né? Porque o cara já viu a loucura ali do menino ali, já imaginou ele transpondo isso para o estúdio, com rolos, com outros tipos de efeitos que ele usou em vários discos, como no Imagine, como no próprio Electric Leyland do Hendrix, né? Então, quando ele viu essa situação de eu fazendo com os 2 jacks os solos, né, vamos dizer, de guitarra, porque eu não sou nenhum virtuoso, ele achou aquilo lá incrível. E o Roy sempre foi assim, de homem de desafios, né? Como ele disse para mim, às vezes eu não sou um cara muito genioso, eu sou um cara que eu transformo as músicas das pessoas, e às vezes terrivelmente, né? Então
muito
foi
bom.
O que ele fez comigo, o terrivelmente maravilhoso, né?
Yeah. Stefanee, do you got a question for Marcelo, number 2?
I do. How was it recording the album with him?
Como que foi gravar a gravação do disco com ele?
Olha, gravar o Roy Cicala, nós pegamos uma amizade muito grande, então ele me deixou muito à vontade no estúdio, né? Eu tenho muitos anos de música e isso foi bastante legal pelo respeito que ele teve e o cuidado, né, para que o artista ficasse à vontade, né, gravando com ele. Então foi muito tranquilo, tudo a gente sempre estava junto, checando. Ele sempre pedia minha opinião. Olha, o Roy, na verdade, ele não mudou nada. Ele só acrescentou. Foi maravilhoso mesmo gravar com ele.
Muito bom, muito
Além
bom.
dos equipamentos, né, que foram trazidos do Record Plant, que foram, eu gravei na mesa que passou o Electric Ladyland do Hendrix. Eu gravei no mesmo Vox AC30 que era do John Lennon, que gravou o Imagine. Gravei com outro amplificador que o AC/DC gravou o Who Many Who. Eu cantei no microfone da Madonna, né? Então, assim, são coisas bem bacanas que ele trouxe do Record Plant, que valorizou bastante o trabalho. Além de que, no próprio estúdio do Apollo, é um estúdio muito conceituado em São Paulo, e existem vários equipamentos vintage lá, e equipamentos valiosos e raros. E um deles foi também um Mellotron, que eu tive a oportunidade de colocar uma introdução em um dos meus
King Crimson. King Crimson, né?
Exatamente. Mellotron. Eu acho que é aquele do começo de Strawberry Fields Forever.
Yes. Very good, man. Tell me something. Why was the project put on hold? Por que o projeto foi arquivado?
Bom, essa é uma história assim bem pessoal, né? Porque na época nós tínhamos gravado e nós ficamos maravilhados com o resultado, tanto eu como o Roy, porque o Roy nós gravamos de primeira, então assim ele comparou a gente com The Who, com vários artistas, porque nós ficamos ensaiando antes de gravar com o Roy um mês seguido, então nós chegamos lá prontos. Então isso foi uma coisa que valorizou a gente, né, fazendo mostrando para o Roy o nosso profissionalismo também, né? Então o Roy ficou muito amigo meu, nós almoçávamos juntos direto, ele conheceu minha família, conheceu meu filho. E na época que nós acabamos de gravar, houve várias especulações em torno do nosso trabalho, e o Roy ficou muito empolgado. O Roy estava mandando trabalho para os Estados Unidos, para a Inglaterra, para vários produtores do Brasil. Ele queria ser o produtor mesmo, o agente, porque ele ficou muito empolgado com o trabalho. E eu também estava muito empolgado naquela. E minha mulher, na época, estava grávida, minha ex-mulher, né? Na época, a minha mulher. Ela estava grávida do meu segundo filho, né? E nasceu meu filho e tal, e nós continuamos ali naquele projeto, né? E foi quando, em 2011, eu e minha esposa descobrimos o autismo.
Foi diagnosticado,
João,
né?
João.
Quantos anos? How old was he when he was diagnosed with autism? Quantos anos ele tinha quando foi diagnosticado?
1 ano e meio. Um ano, quase 1 ano, aliás. 1 ano e 2 meses, vamos dizer.
Uhum.
Ele nasceu no começo de 2011 e foi mais para o final de 2011. Por aí. Quase 1 ano. Nós já estamos cientes disso. E foi um choque, né? Porque isso abala estruturalmente quem não tem o conhecimento, né? E foi aonde eu tive que tomar uma decisão muito importante da minha vida, né? Que eu estava diante de um trabalho gravado e sendo, né? A gente estava empolgado com um cara considerado o melhor do mundo, e ele é, sem dúvida, o melhor do mundo, é insubstituível. E eu tive que tomar uma decisão, né? Que era ou eu banco, né? E corro atrás da banda, né? Com os caras, para que esse trabalho dê certo, ou eu voltaria toda a minha vida para entender o que é aquele autismo e poder trabalhar com aquilo, E eu não tive
You
dúvidas.
chose family and education, yeah? Você escolheu a sua família e educação sobre,
Sim.
né?
E eu não
Abraçar essa
tive
bandeira,
dúvidas
né?
sobre isso. Exatamente. Eu não tive dúvidas sobre isso. Então, eu cheguei um belo dia, isso quando depois, eu falo 1 ano e meio porque eu fui falar com o Roy depois. Eu liguei pro Roy e falei, Roy, precisamos almoçar, vamos conversar. E foi num almoço, eu conversei, eu levei o João foi comigo, o João e o Joaquim. Nós fomos almoçar, minha ex-mulher na época foi junto também. E foi onde eu contei para ele, falei, olha, eu tenho uma coisa para te falar. Eu não consigo mais dar continuidade a esse trabalho. Eu agora preciso entender essa situação aqui e eu estou amando isso. Eu quero parar com tudo e voltar tudo para isso, porque é uma coisa nova da minha vida e é uma coisa que eu acredito que é para sempre. E o Roy, ele chorou muito. E nós choramos, nos abraçamos. E o Roy me falou que eu fui um dos caras mais incríveis que ele tinha tido o prazer de trabalhar junto. E isso me deixou muito emocionado de
That's a
ouvir.
very, very touching story, man. Music always connects us. É uma história muito tocante. A música sempre conecta a gente, né?
Pois é, mas o mais engraçado de tudo, infelizmente, o Roy nos deixou em 2014.
He passed away in 2014, okay.
E nós gravamos em 2007, 2008. Hoje, em 2020, esse disco está sendo lançado graças ao pequeno John e graças ao Roy, sendo uma homenagem póstuma a ele, todo o disco. Aliás, o disco leva uma brincadeira nossa, que é o nome do disco é Masturbation. É o nome do disco, que é uma brincadeira minha e do Roy, que é de maestro com Masturbation.
Yes.
E a capa foi desenvolvida por um artista plástico renomado de arte psicodélica chamado São Nilton Desenheiro, de Araçatuba, um artista fantástico, que pôde retratar esse Masturbation e dar vida a ele, né? Yeah. Então esse disco é uma homenagem póstuma ao Roy. E eu fico muito feliz hoje porque a família toda do Roy em Nova York e em São Paulo também, a Hannah, o Jade, eles estão emocionados com o trabalho, estão super honrados e apoiando muito. E dentre eles são vários amigos pessoais do Roy, que são donos de estúdios antigos que gravaram Led Zeppelin, gravaram Pink Floyd, atores de Hollywood, devido à ex-mulher do Roy, que é a Laurie Burton, começaram a acompanhar meu trabalho. Então está sendo uma coisa muito gratificante, tá vendo o meu trabalho ultrapassar realmente a barreira do som, que é o nome do single que será lançado dia 30 agora.
What's the name of the single that you're gonna...
A Barreira do Sonho, A Barreira do Som.
A Barreira do Som.
Dia 30
Sound
de abril
barrier.
agora. Isso.
Wow. Amazing story, yes, Stefanee. And now he passed away, but this is a very fitting tribute album in the memory of Roy Cicala. And Marcelo, it was wonderful talking to you, man. Really, really amazing story. And
Thanks,
hope to hearing more from you. Any last words, Stefanee?
Obrigada.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more bands. Yeah, we'll be back with more bands at Lab Sessions together with Alert the Globe.
Alert the Globe, Lab Sessions.
Abraçando a barreira do som. E só assim vou ser feliz. Tudo que sou, mas
Welcome back, guys, to Lab Sessions, to Anything Goes Happy Hour with Alert the Globe. It's really dark now, right, Stephanie?
Yes, but you can still see a little bit of the downtown all lit up at night.
Yes, beautiful downtown São Paulo. And we're here now with Rafael Suzuki of Trinka Rua. Present yourself, man.
Hi everyone, I'm Rafael Suzuki. I'm the lead singer, vocal from Trinka Rua. Thank you guys for having me. It's a pleasure to be with all of you. And yeah, let's start.
Yeah, man.
Let's
So, man, let's have like a conversation because me personally, I'm really interested in your band. I'm a very big fan of Trinka Rua from the first time we met, but especially since that last show that we did together. It was in Campinas, if I'm not mistaken, right?
yeah, correct. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a very badass show. So, man, tell us a little bit about like the origin of your band of Trinka Rua.
So the name itself, it's from the. It's like cracking the street, if I could say that, because we'd like to convey a message that's linked to the streets. So the purpose of the band is to talk about the public themes and say something about the inequality that we have here in Brazil, and that's the street part. And trinca, it's something like cracking or a fissure or something like that. And so it has a link with the public themes, and that's the purpose of the band, because I had some other bands. So it all started in 2012 more or less, and we split up a band that we had at the time, which was called Tourette's, from the Tourette syndrome. And then I started to write down some lyrics and doing some riffs on guitar. And also I started studying a little bit of sound engineer and moved to a house. So before that I was living with my parents, and I moved to a house with my wife, which is German. And I started to record all the stuff by myself, the drums, first of all the drums, then the bass, the guitar, and then I all came out with an album.
Yeah. When was the first album
And
released?
I mean, we just have one, so
When was
was
the
released in
album released?
was in 2018,
Nice.
and December more or less, if I'm not mistaken, or October.
Yeah.
And even though we're pretty young, uh, we have just 1.5 year more or less. We have done some things that I'm really glad of, like playing at Kiss Club, which is a how can I say, it's a live show. It's a show that is broadcasted live on Kiss, which is a radio
Yeah, one
here
of
in
the
São
biggest
Paulo.
radios in Brazil. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. And we started like doing shows, and also uh, besides the shows that we do, we have this public concern, if I could say that. So one example, we did a live in Instagram last week. And I mean, it's good to talk about the band and to say what we do, what it's the purpose, all of this stuff. But we could also gather some people to fund like a basket of food and stuff to deliver to the ones that need the most in this
Yeah.
time of the virus and all the crisis. So it was pretty nice to do that, because we could get a little bit more than 800 reais,
Nice.
which equals to more or less 20 baskets of food and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's good to play. I mean, it's our main objective, but also to talk about some themes that when it comes to entertainment itself. And I'm not here to judge this kind of art. I, with all due respect, they're. I mean, it's there's nothing I can say about that because it's a business, right?
Yeah, it is the
So
business. But it's not bad to have a little bit of the social concerns together with that business. But you mentioned that, of course, lyrically speaking, and the themes, you work a lot with the social, with the streets and things like this, and it's very apparent in your band. But also, there's a little bit of the soundscape, like the sound quality. You mix a little bit with heavy rock, with a little bit of some Brazilian rhythms. Can you talk a little bit about that, man?
yeah, sure. Um, at the time, I was also finishing my studies at IPT, which is a music school, and I play drums at the time, and I learned a lot of local rhythms like forró, baião, samba, and all the stuff that I tried to put it all together on the album. And I mean, it's not that I'm um, inventing the wheel, you know, because a lot of bands have already done that, like Sepultura with Berimbau
Yeah, with
and
roots. Yeah,
Raimundos. Yeah, a lot of bands they have also um, done that. So I tried to put it all together to have on the same album a little bit of our local flavor, if I could
yeah.
say that. So
Very
I
nice, man.
think it's good to have that because if you go to just and again, I'm not here to judge the bands that do the other stuff, which you can label like that's a hardcore band or punk,
Yeah,
or which you
like a
can label
niche
more
band.
easily.
Yeah,
Yeah, but and it's also a little bit more difficult to label ourselves when you talk to people because you have a mixed bag of a lot of things. But I think it's good to have that and to try not only to convey a message but to give the local flavor that I was talking about.
absolutely.
So
Yeah, sometimes it can be a challenge because if you go inside the industry with like hard rock or punk, it's easier in the beginning, most definitely. But if you're a little bit broader, it can be a challenge at first, but you can go further. You can, reach higher levels, possibly. Do you think so, Stephanie?
I completely agree. And the fusion of all different genres and styles of music is kind of the wave of the future. I mean, we have our roots. We have, every area has its music, and integrating that into other different styles of music is very important. And especially because I see that you guys are very interested in going outside Brazil and bringing your sound to other places and other countries. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
yeah, definitely. So my wife is German, and now it's a little bit complicated because my son is also in Germany, and I cannot enter there because we're not married yet. So I just have this visa, this tourism visa.
Yeah.
But I do have some connections there as well, and I'll try to sell us as a band, like a Latin hip hop stuff, and with some different genres and look with the Brazilian local flavor, as I mentioned. I think you can add a little bit to the audience, something that they're not really expecting to hear. So I believe that it's gonna be difficult there as well as in any part of the world, to survive with music, especially in these hard times that we're facing, we're living. But also, if I could say, I believe that as you have less inequality in Germany, I believe in US as well, you have a lower cost of doing the stuff. Like here in Brazil, you have, for all the things that um you try to do, you have higher costs. Like let me try to example it. In Germany, you can rent a motorhome uh, cheaper than you could do a band trip here in Brazil, because you have some parking lots where you can leave all the stuff there. And here you need to book a hotel and all the stuff, which makes the trip um, more costly, so expensive, more expensive. So it's gonna be difficult it's in all over the world, but I believe that as you have lower inequalities, you have more chances to to show yourself, And for example, you do not have to worry about the security of your instruments if you're playing um, on a public park or something like that. That's something that you cannot do here. You always have to look over your shoulders and to
Absolutely, yeah.
be yeah we're afraid, here in Sao
Yeah, we
Paulo,
are.
in Rio. And it's funny when you go abroad, when you go to other countries, that you say, oh, it's really safe to leave the window open here. You sure? So it's
Yeah.
something that we always care about here in the third
As
world,
Brazilians, nothing really surprises us, right? We're never really shocked with anything,
Yeah.
except when like, oh, really? You can just leave it up out in the open. But man, it's been a great conversation, and it's really cool to get this perspective. In this case, the Brazilian perspective of independent artist. Yeah, and I really enjoy when, like Stefanee said, like when we really go to our roots and have a little bit of fusion with rock and with whatever we have available to us. In this case, you mentioned some Brazilian rhythms like samba and forró, things like this. And it's always a pleasure talking to you. I'm a big fan of the band,
Yeah, my
and
pleasure.
hopefully we will talk again soon in a future program, man.
And see you guys
Yeah,
play
definitely.
live. We can do a live session.
Yes,
That's
live.
my
Yeah.
favorite.
Definitely, definitely.
Thank you
So
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 much.
we'll
yeah,
have
thank you
more.
guys for the opportunity, and yeah, the opportunity to talk about the band and this public themes and all the stuff in a time where it's pretty difficult to survive, like
Absolutely,
in
man.
the
Trying
entertainment
times.
music.
Trying times.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty hard, but we'll survive.
We will. We manage. Hopefully
Obrigada.
together. Together.
uh,
Yeah, together we survive better.
Yes.
So
yeah,
thanks a lot,
definitely.
man.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
e ainda quer te fuder e aumentar o seu poder. Stefanee, um homem severo e sisudo, que com a sua peixeira queria mudar o mundo. Justiceiro quer fazer justiça que não tem. Justiceiro quer fazer justiça pra quê? Justiceiro quer fazer justiça que não tem. Justiceiro quer fazer justiça. Você tava rei. Justiça pra quem? Que não serve pros que menos têm. A lei federal não se aplica para o marechal. E ainda querem me fuder e aumentar o seu poder. Stefanee, um homem severo e sisudo, que com a sua peixeira queria mudar o mundo. Justiceiro quer fazer justiça que não tem. Justiceiro quer fazer justiça pra quê? Justiceiro quer fazer justiça que não tem. Justiceiro quer fazer justiça. Simbora! Que não tem. Justiceiro quer fazer justiça pra quê? Justiceiro quer fazer justiça que não tem. Justiceiro quer fazer justiça. Simbora! Que não tem. Justiceiro quer fazer justiça pra quê? Justiceiro quer fazer justiça que não tem. Justiceiro quer fazer justiça. Simbora! Que não tem. Justiceiro quer fazer justiça pra quê? Justiceiro quer fazer justiça que não tem. Justiceiro quer fazer justiça. Simbora! Que não tem. Justiceiro quer fazer justiça pra quê? Justiceiro quer fazer justiça que não tem. Justiceiro quer fazer justiça. Simbora! Que não tem. Justiceiro quer fazer.
Welcome back, everybody, to another segment here on our first introductory show in São Paulo, Brazil. You can see downtown over here, over my shoulder. And this segment is very special to us because this is Smashing Dreams, which is Victor, my co-host, own band. So Victor, tell us about your band and your bandmates that have joined us.
Yeah. Well, as you know, I'm the host, but I'm also Victor. This is my band, Smashing Dreams, together with Daniel. Can you say a few words?
About the band?
No, about yourself. Just introduce yourself.
Oh yeah, I'm Daniel, and I play guitar.
And what about you, Lucas?
Hello, and I play the drum.
Yeah, very good. That's the Smashing Dreams, Stefanee.
All right. Well, how did you guys start your band?
Well, a long time ago, I was in another band with Victor, and this band broke up. But a few years later, in 2016, we started to rehearse together, just the two of us, and to write new songs more in a heavy rock, alternative rock kind of style. And we needed a drummer. That's when Lucas showed up and we created Smashing Dreams.
Yeah.
Great.
Uh,
And you want to add something, Victor?
No, no.
To that? Okay, good.
Continue,
Okay,
please.
so what was
Continue
your
the
guys'
interview.
Thank you. So what was the last single you guys put out?
Okay, our last single was Guillotine, and we released in the beginning of this year, in January. This song has punk rock influence, some things different than what they are used to, but the results were awesome. And I
Yeah.
recorded the drums at the Pavirado Studio in São Paulo with Thiago Rabelo, and the guitars and voices were recorded at Daniel's home studio.
Yeah, it's very typical for independent bands to have a home studio. So we use, thankfully, Daniel's home studio, which is really wonderful. And how many BPMs did you record it, Lucas? The Guillotine.
It was 180, right?
It was 180 BPMs, right, Lucas?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So
And
now let's
great.
take a look at Guillotine.
It's hard.
Okay.
Okay. So that was a great clip. Thank you guys. And there's another song that you guys brought with you today called Youthful Girl. Tell us about that.
Yeah. Well, Youthful Girl, just like Guillotine, these are songs that we all create in our band, right? And everyone participates in the composition process, but there's always like a maestro behind it. In the case of Youthful Girl, it was me, and in the case of Guillotine, it was Daniel. And actually, before I talk about Youthful, I would like Daniel to talk a little bit about Guillotine, like maybe the aesthetics of the clip.
Well, Guillotine is a song about history repeating itself and incompetent leaders. So we made a music video that looks like a note tape that you would find with old news, showing riots, protests, and forests burning, all the kinds of chaos we see today. And that's pretty much it.
And it's a cool VHS type idea, like maybe from the 90s, right? Or something like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's really cool. Daniel always has this idea of trying to make things look a little bit older, even though they're new. Because if people think it's older, they think it's better just because it's older. There's also this kind of a conversation through it of history repeating itself. And let's take a listen now to Youthful Girl, and then I'll talk a little bit about Youthful Girl also.
I completely agree with older is better. Thank you.
Yeah. Not too old though, right?
What? Okay.
There's no such thing as too old.
Okay, thank you. So should we go back into
so we listened to Youthful Girl. Now Victor, talk a little bit about.
Yeah, Victor, why don't you tell us a little bit about that clip from Youthful Girl?
Yeah, well, this is a live session that we did. What was the studio, Daniel? I forgot.
Family Mob.
Yeah, Family Mob. So this song is actually one of the, like Daniel mentioned before, we had a band in our past. So this song originally came from that band, and that was the only song from that band that we moved forward. So it's really special for us. It's the first song that we actually did together as Smashing Dreams. We always play it live, and it holds this kind of transformative power, showing going from one band to another band. And talking about bands, during this whole program, we're really talking about the scene here in São Paulo of independent rock bands. And most bands, they have gone through this transformative process, where maybe you just have a fun little band, but then you want to try to make it take a little bit more seriously, having a visual identity, clips, recording in good studio, especially the drums. It's very common to have this, and that's what we did through this song, because we had many recordings of it in the past also. So it's a very special song for us in that sense.
Okay, well, what are you guys doing now that you're in quarantine? What are you listening to? Are you writing music? I mean, we've had so many bands say how they've put stuff together and what they're doing during this crazy lockdown time. What about you guys? Anybody?
Well, I'm always writing music. I can't stop writing music, but I'm always listening to a lot of music. I'm listening to a band called Lucifer from Germany and Sweden. It reminds me of early Black Sabbath and early Judas Priest. It's kind of cool. And also a punk rock Brazilian band called Futuro. I have the vinyl here. Yeah.
Oh,
Awesome.
Really amazing. That's it.
What about you, Lucas?
since quarantine, I've been listening to a lot of Bud Reed to spice my jazz and my traditional grip, and Dream Theater's first album with Mike Mangini. I love that album.
Yeah. I'm also listening to the Mike Mangini album. I think he's a very fascinating drummer, and I'm mostly listening to the independent rock bands like these ones that we're seeing today, like Niceria, Trinka. But of international ones, I'm listening to a lot of live performances, like of Metallica, and especially of Within Temptation. But you mentioned, are we writing songs? Yeah, we never stop. As musicians, we can't stop writing songs. So the quarantine is a must. We really have so much time in our hands now to write.
Awesome. All right. Well, do we have any other clips or anything that you guys brought with you today, or are we waiting for some good live sessions when this is all over?
Live sessions when this is all over. For our next program, we will expand a little bit, but for today was just the 2 songs.
Excellent. Well, thank you guys for coming and spending time with us here and helping us be a part of the whole Alert the Globe family and the Anything Goes happy hours. So hopefully we're excited to have you guys come back again.
Thank you, Stefanee.
Skies, days turning to night, as the Amazon burns bright, aeroplanes is fiddle night. Let peace for him now. Lives need. The house they live in charts. Brightly. They try to misinform.